Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you. I can't just see you dancing.
Please keep this.
It's so distracting. Stop dancing. Oh my god.
I'm making up for lost time.
I'm going again. Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. She's everything, and he's just the Doctor. This is Smith and Jones. Hello everyone, welcome to Still Got Legs, the only Doctor Who podcast in the world. There's no others I've checked, so don't bother looking for them. My name is Nathan, and I'm joined by my regular co-host. He's back, everyone. He's already derailed and distracted me with the podcast, with his dancing. It's Lawrence. Hello, hello.
Hello, good to be back. I am here. I was making up for lost time. Catherine didn't dance, I hear, last week.
No, she did dance. She danced during the weirdo section. It wasn't as egregious and distracting as your dancing, where you're just fully gyrating right in front of me.
That's how you do it. That's how you throw it down with the kids.
No.
I had a good time. I'm glad you missed it, clearly. It brought a smile to your face. I won't apologise.
All right, well, you should.
Thank you for filling in, Catherine. This is now a personal message just to you.
Okay.
No, if you enjoyed her appearing last week, it was very kind of her to cover me at pretty last minute. Go check out Missing Mystic Falls podcast. What's the Twitter at?
At Miss Mystic Pod on Twitter.
Lovely. Go follow that podcast. Go check it out. I missed Donna's first ever episode. I'm pretty gutted about it.
You did, but I told you that if you ever wanted to show your face on this podcast again, you had to do your work. I'm not letting you off. You had to, if you get a week off, you still have to do the work. So you had to catch up on the episodes and give us a brief rundown of your thoughts. So before we get started officially with season 3, if you wouldn't mind, Lawrence, your thoughts on The Runaway Bride.
Yes. So like I said, first introduction of Donna. I feel somewhat a different character to the Donna we end up getting.
Yes. A little bit.
Yeah, there's the makings of Donna there. She's yet to have the kind of finished polish. As you said, some weak moments where, like, the Donna we know and love would never be, like you guys said, chasing after a man like this.
Yeah.
We know that Donna is not about that. But no, a couple of... overall, like, quite a good episode. I'd say, like, it did what it was supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to come back from Doomsday and then be like, cheery Christmas fun time.
Yeah.
Because the Doctor is crushed, we're crushed. So, like, it's hard to find their way in. And I think Catherine Tate's, like, the perfect person to do that. Because she just, there's no nonsense. She's just there straight away. And she's like, it's my wedding day. I couldn't give, you're sad. I don't give a shit. It's my wedding day.
Did you enjoy the motorway chase sequence?
I have a specific note about it. One of my favourite things, and it happens in the last Christmas special as well, when the TARDIS crash lands on the Powell estate. One of my favourite things is when you get to see the TARDIS fly about in real space and not just like the vortex or it just appearing.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, great stuff. And it's always fun to see, like, it will always be a product of the time depending on, like, how it's done.
Well, we said it looks quite good, though.
It does, yeah.
It looks really good for the time. For Doctor Who, I think usually the Christmas specials probably get a bit of a bigger budget anyway than a standard episode. But it looked quite good for the time.
They should, like, Christmas specials for Doctor Who, like, especially back in this day, they were the chance for new eyes to be on the show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So they were always kind of like poured in some stuff. They had their weird, like, are they called the pilot fish? The Christmas, the Santa robots.
Well, they were in the first one. They're just Christmas robots now, or whatever.
I could do without them, and I'm glad. I think this is their final appearance.
Yeah, I think that's them done now.
Yeah, so that's good. Last thing I'll say, really enjoyed the Doctor's darker nature, which I said, like, they didn't just drop it and go, well, hey, wacky Christmas time.
Yeah.
Which I feel like they maybe did in, like, the Titanic episode after he loses Donna.
That's not that.
When's that?
That's the Titanic episode is the next Christmas special. It's after Martha leaves him. Spoiler alert.
Oh, and I knew that, and I was trying to catch you out there. So
Yeah, actually, you cannot catch me out with this show. It is impossible.
That's only because you wrote out the whole schedule for the podcast, so it's just ingrained in you, the chronological order of everything. I liked that. It's just kind of like proof, whether it's Rose or not, the Doctor always needs someone, because the very worst of him will come out when he hasn't got kind of like a guiding light, whether that's romantic or just friendly. So yeah, good episode, really enjoyed it.
Did you have a weirdo?
I do have a weirdo.
All right.
Well, technically, I have multiple weirdos.
Okay.
And that would be, and you guys did briefly touch on this, so look, anything I say is slightly... I listened to the episode, I have to be slightly in on the loop. So it's not... You brought it up, but it is not either of your weirdos.
Okay.
And having had my own wedding recently, I can testify to this.
Oh, yeah.
Every single guest that was comfortable dancing at that reception when the bride had vanished into thin air is a weirdo. A certified weird. Not just for the week, for life.
Okay. Lawrence, I remember your wedding quite well. I do not recall your bride vanishing into thin air at any point.
No, so what I'm saying is I would have been quite pissed off if she had, and then I come in and...
I imagine you would have, yeah.
Where's my wife?
For a lot of reasons. What a downer that would put on the day, really.
I still haven't found her. Where's she gone? I haven't got the means to go and find like an underground spider nest or something.
That's because you are divorced now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Anyway, we are officially at season 3.
We're here. We're going to be talking all about season 3, series 3, whatever you want to call it. I always never know what to say. I think when it comes to Doctor Who, the way it works is that when you're referring to the revival show, it's series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. When you're referring to Classic Who, it's season 1, season 2, season 3. That's the way it works, and that's the way like the physical releases, the DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff work as well. So I guess we should try to stick to that. But
I thought like the American distinction between those two words were you would wrap a season, and then once you've completed your 4 seasons, you've wrapped the series.
Yeah, that's true. That is, but this is an American show, so fuck them.
Yeah, true, fuck them, yeah. And they're gone.
Yeah.
And now they're gone, we can talk in good faith about season 3. There was no connection there. I just wanted to tie us back into season 3.
I was trying. What are you doing there?
I saw you hunting for meaning.
Yes. So here we are. Series 3, episode 1. Smith and Jones, written by Russell T Davies, directed by Charles Palmer, a first timer to the Doctor Who-niverse. He does have a few more episodes coming up later this series. But yes, his directorial debut for this silly little show.
One to watch out for, I think, because not to give my cards away, this is a certified banger.
A certified banger indeed. And if I am correct, in looking at my spreadsheet, I guess, which is correct, then he also directs a few other certified bangers later on. But
okay, any spoilers, or are we keeping that on there?
I mean, there's nothing to spoil, really. But no.
This information has been out for decades.
Family of Blood storyline.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah.
So there we go. But yes, so you said it there. You gave the coveted Still Got Legs official banger sticker, the official banger review. So you enjoy this? You liking this? You're having a good time?
Yeah, man, for sure. Like I said, it comes off the back of, well, like we just spoke about the Runaway Bride, but the over-looming thing is it's coming off the back of Doomsday. We've lost Rose. How is this? Every single time, like, something has changed. Season 1 changed, or season 1 and season 2 changed the Doctor. Season 2 into season 3 has got rid of Rose, who's been there since the beginning.
Yes.
So it's another pivotal moment in Doctor Who moving forward and going, how do we negotiate a new change?
Big moment of change. It's really, if you think about it, I mean, in series 1, we started with Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper leading us throughout this show. Series 2, we lost Christopher Eccleston. We have David Tennant. We still had Billy Piper there to steady the ship and guide us on as we carried on with this show. At this point, it's a whole new fucking ball game, really.
Yeah.
We're really on our own at this point. We're starting off a kind of a brand new adventure, really. And I'm with you. Banger. 100% banger material right here.
That is nuts when you phrase like that, isn't it? This show now is unrecognizable from season 1.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, not really. But
No, he's still got the screwdriver and the TARDIS and everything else that hasn't changed.
you know that meme that's like, guy goes into a coma and he's like, what happened? You've been in a coma for 2 years. Oh boy, I can't wait to watch my favorite time travel show starring Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper.
Wakes up, oh, what's this?
That's so dumb.
But yeah, no, I think this does, it opens in the best way, which is exactly, and I think Russell, like, he was sticking to his guns on what he knew had worked before. Because if you remember in Rose, we just get, like, a good solid uninterrupted 5 minutes of Rose.
Yeah. Well, first of all, no cold opening.
No cold open. Yeah,
no cold opening. Just straight away with the theme, which is again just like Rose kicking off, new companion, new kind of lead to follow, I guess. So here we go. Odd choice, I think, really.
Probably come down to it in the edit. There is a moment I think that could have been the cold open, but it doesn't land on anything dramatic. Like the hook of the episode doesn't.
The bit with a tie, you reckon?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah.
But like really, if this was an episode that didn't have to introduce a companion, it would have cold opened after the hospital landed on the moon. But they've got some groundwork to get through before that. They've got to introduce Martha's entire family via a series of phone calls and people left on hold.
Just before we get to that, because I definitely do want to discuss that. The theme is very slightly different. I don't know if you noticed.
Is it?
It's very, very slightly different. It's a little bit more punchy. I listened to the themes after this, and it's just a little bit more punchy on the. It's just a little bit more, and also the logo. There's a new logo.
Is it? It's just a revamped old logo, right?
Yeah. It's the surfboard style logo still, but now it's got the fire and the flames behind it rather than just the bronze kind of surfboard. Yeah.
Where are you at with the surfboard? I don't know if we ever even spoke about this.
I don't think we have, to be honest. It's fine. It worked for the era, I guess. I think there's definitely been better logos since.
Product of its time. If it came out today, if they put this on Twitter and went, new era of Doctor Who, I'd be like, that looks dog shit.
Yeah. I love the current logo, the one which our logo is based on. I absolutely love that logo. But yeah, no, I don't mind this one, really. It's fine for what it is.
It is a good one, yeah. I like it. Have you ever had a phone call like this? No, I see this stuff happening in movies and TV.
I've had phone calls with... right off the bat, Martha's very relatable because her family's a complete mess, which is something I relate to. So that's great. But yeah, she's dealing with phone calls from everyone. Everyone's trying to call her at once. She's got Reggie Yates on the phone. She's got her sister Tish. She's got her mum Francine and her dad and Annalise. They're all trying to call and see what's going on about this bloody party. Never in my life have I received a number of phone calls all at once, and I'm having to put people. I don't think I've ever put anyone on hold outside of a work scenario.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. It's just I would just be like, so and so's calling me. I'll ring you back.
As you often do.
Yeah, I do that actually. Yeah,
I'm aware.
Maybe I'm as highly coveted as Martha. People want to chat to me. I like that this immediately puts Martha in the position of everyone in her family is Martha, please be the organised one.
She's the anchor, really. She's the one who holds everything together and sorts it all out. Really, probably not fair on her.
Almost certainly not, but I feel like she loves her family.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I don't think that's ever in question, really.
It's actually a kind of a pivotal part of her story.
Yeah, it is, to be honest, yeah. And we will obviously get to that down the line. So right off the bat, what do you think of her family? We don't see much of them this episode. We do get more later down the line, but just quickly, we got Reggie Yates, we've got Tish, we've got Francine, all the big kids.
So something I never noticed before, and I'm not sure if the season drops it. Reggie Yates, Leo, I believe his name is.
Yes.
He is a father.
He is a father. Yeah. It's brought up at the end of the series. Yeah. But
yeah. Oh, okay. I love, and this goes on. You get more of this further down the line. But the back and forth between Martha's mum and dad.
Yeah.
It is so spiteful divorce.
It is. I tell you what, my parents split up in 2004. And got divorced probably like a couple of years later, however long it takes, I don't know. But yeah, so I was very much a child of divorce, and around this era, this was peak. Like my right now, my mum and dad are absolutely fine. They have no issues with each other whatsoever. They talk, whatever. In like 2006, 2007, 2008. Not a fucking chance, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was peak of it. I was like, this is so relatable. I love this. Martha's just like me for real.
And it's like, is Martha's dad rich?
Well, he seems to be. Annalise is spending all his cash, so...
Yeah, and Tish makes a comment about she's spending away their inheritance.
Yeah. So
he's
got a few quid stored away.
That implies that there is a few quid, and there's 3 of them. There's 3 siblings.
Yeah.
You know, sizable slice of pies going over there.
Well, he doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon, though. I mean, he seems to be in good health.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. I mean, he's obviously got enough in him to be sporting a girl like Annalise, is all I'm saying.
All right, well, let's move on. Francine, Martha's mum, just something I wanted to bring up because I only learned this quite recently, and it honestly blew my mind.
Was this your thing that you?
This is my thing. This is my thing. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Not the first character in Doctor Who she's played.
Wait. Is she? I may be getting this horrendously wrong. Is she in the most recent episode previous to this?
No.
Fuck. Then someone else that I know plays the Empress of the Arachnos.
I do think that Empress lady plays like probably multiple monsters or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's not the Empress of the Arachnos. Good choice though. Good choice.
Okay, I've completely taken the wind out of your sails. Tell me.
Yeah, he did. She played Sister Jat, who was a cat on New Earth.
Fuck. Yeah.
And she was the one who was like, "Oh, Doctor, you're a dickhead, and we're going to kill you with all these zombies or whatever." So there you go.
Bollocks.
Unrecognizable. Obviously, she was a cat. But there you go.
I mean, yeah, she was quite literally dressed as a cat and a nun at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. That was great. That blew my mind when I read it. I was like, holy shit, that's insane. But there we go. Francine. She's back.
For all my Bridgerton loyalists out there, also, they'll know her from such roles as Lady Danbury, an OG queen on the show.
I've never seen Bridgerton, nor do I care to.
She is phenomenal in it. She's so good. This is just a point on her. Later on no, I'll save it. Here's my sizzle. We'll save that for the last episode of this season.
Okay.
Something that is said by Francine that is quoted in my house almost daily.
Yeah, I know the exact line you're talking about. Yeah. Because you do say that all the fucking time.
I do. Okay. Would you like to hear my next note in chronological order?
I'd love to.
A big leather gimp pushes Martha out the way.
Okay. No. You're not wrong, I guess.
Am I allowed to say that? That's something I can say.
I don't know. Feels odd.
Does it?
Yeah.
A leather-clad gentleman. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
But yeah, a little sizzle. We know that that's not in there for no reason.
Yeah. It'd be a bit weird if it was. Just a big guy head to toe in leather, no face, just shoves Martha, and it's just never referenced or brought up again. That would be quite odd.
It's not even like a light shove as well. That's a fighting shove.
No, he's straight up like, fuck you. Like,
yeah. If someone shoves like that to me, I'm getting internally very cross and not saying anything about it. That's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna shake my head as I continue to walk in that direction.
And I'm gonna turn to someone near me who witnessed it, so that they know I'm not embarrassed and go, God, bloody hell, you probably believe it.
As is the British way.
Yeah. There's a scene. So we're introduced to Martha. She is is she a nurse or is she a training nurse?
No, she's a doctor. She's not a nurse. She's a doctor in training.
Okay, so I don't know how it works in a hierarchy of hospitals. Would she be a nurse training to be a doctor?
No, it's not like you become a nurse and then you get promoted to doctor.
I know you don't get promoted.
That's not how it works.
I don't know.
You can choose which path you want to go down. You can choose to be a nurse or you can choose to be a doctor. Obviously, one takes considerably more time and effort and
I
work
see.
because there's a lot of work to do. Not to at all downplay the work that nurses do, because fucking hospitals could not survive without nurses. So yeah, it's kind of a choice, really.
Okay, all right, I'm with you now. I should have known that, I think.
You probably should have. Yeah, isn't your mum a doctor?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't get into our work a lot.
That's true.
But yeah, I went in expecting this certain scene, and I was thinking like maybe I was younger and maybe I was like read it the wrong way. But no, I was right. Mr. Stoker is a Jobsworth insufferable prick who I want to feed him his own tie, and I'm glad he died in the episode and got all his blood sucked out of him.
Well, you got real beef with Mr. Stoker, man.
I hate him. He's such a prick. You never had a boss like this that you've just gone like everything he says, you're just like, shut the fuck up, shut up.
Yeah, I have. I don't know if he's that insufferable. More just he's probably having a bad day maybe. But
we learned that he's like 2 weeks away from retiring in Florida.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he meets his demise. That is sad, to be fair.
Nah, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
No, all right. So you hate this guy. Why are you hating this guy then?
Because like I understand he's doing his shtick at first. Firstly,
He's doing rounds. He's teaching the junior doctors or whatever.
and that's fine. So even in that scenario, he's being a bit patronising
Yeah.
and a bit irritating. But the bit that really grated me is when we see, oh, here's Mr. Smith and the doctor's in the hospital.
Yes.
He's there obviously just kind of checking some stuff out, as he says later. But then he starts doing a pop quiz to the doctors in training about like who discovered electricity or something, and like all of them are like, we're having a pissing contest with a patient. Like, what are you doing?
I feel like that's just more conversation, really.
Nah, hate him.
Okay.
He's a prick. He comes across as a prick.
All right. Well, I don't disagree, but okay. I got here that the doctor is doing his absolute best to just ensure that he gets locked up and taken away forever, man.
Something I've always liked that about Ten. He's very like, he doesn't try and blend in any capacity.
He's like, I'm fully an alien, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, I've got 7 hearts. Listen to all my heartbeats, man.
Yeah,
Listen to all my heartbeats.
Martha
I've been
does
traveling in time. I know fucking whoever it was you said, that guy with electricity or whatever. I've met him. We're good mates or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I had a proper bad headache after that, or something like that, or something. He says something like he got hurt from all the electricity or something.
Yeah.
Does he say he'd lost his kite as well?
Benjamin Franklin, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did lose his kite. Yeah. They're always losing kites. Him and Big Ben. Oh, Big Ben! Didn't even realize.
Oh, very nice.
The clock.
Something I've missed.
Yes.
And it's just the nature of the fact that Rhodes had been there for 2 seasons, so we haven't had a moment like this in a while.
All right.
Is just the whimsical charm of a human being not fully discovering the Doctor's an alien, because we haven't got there yet, but just the little, like, the 2 hearts and the Doctor gives her a wink and she's like, huh?
The confusion is quite fun, and just the little, what the fuck is going on here? This guy, he's very strange. He's very odd. Maybe I'm going insane because I thought I heard 2 hearts, but maybe not. Yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun.
He doesn't know Martha as well, so imagine the doubt he's put in that doctor in training if he was never to like take her away in the TARDIS or whatever. Like, that doctor's going to spend the rest of her life helping patients and then being like, but did I get that right? Because one time I swear I heard 2.
That's a very good point. We then move on. It starts raining, and there's this whole big sequence about how the rain is moving up, and it's kind of this big dramatic moment. I always enjoy moments like this in Doctor Who, because it's that thing. It happens quite a bit. I'm sure we would have mentioned it, but like taking something ordinary, something that happens like fucking every single day, like the rain, and putting just a little sinister twist on it. So now that it's raining up, this means like there's fucking alien shenanigans afoot, and it's interesting. I just like the little sinister twist they can play on everyday things, really.
Yeah, and it's little things like how it's set up really nicely. Of like, Tish is on the phone to Martha, and Martha's like, "It's bloody pissing down today," and Tish is like, "Really?" Turns the corner, and you just see the cloud, and like she says exactly what the note I was going to write down, and she said it, and I was like, better cross out that note then, which was, it is just like a cartoon cloud over someone.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
but yeah. Very good. Then we get a nice, quick night. What we all know is a quick shake of the camera, a quick someone, a couple of like stage hands or whatever have just thrown some tins of beans out the cupboards or whatever.
Tins of beans. No, it's always paper. There's always just. I remember one scene in an episode of Doctor Who Confidential. I think it was like the finale of this series, and there was just like this big like fuck off fan, like the biggest fan you have ever seen, just like behind the camera, and then on either side of it, there was just like fucking 2 stage hands with just like fucking reams and reams of paper and just like fucking shoving them in front of the fan so it just blew everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, that's very Doctor Who. That's always happening.
But it's also like now massive BBC show.
Yeah.
Still, we're in season 3. It is still got the shoestring budget. Like, I don't think this really budget-wise picks up until like season 5 or 6.
No, I think it's growing. It's definitely growing at this point.
It's going up.
Yeah.
But not by a lot.
No, I'd say it's a lot bigger than Series 1.
Yeah, but season 1 was made for hopes and dreams and a fucking packet of Skittles or whatever.
Series 1 was shoestring. I think we definitely got more to play with here.
Well, they're paying David Tennant twice round, so.
It's still not the fucking the high like points of Series 7 and 8 and stuff, but yeah. Anyway, they go to the moon.
It's interesting that you said like you enjoy it with some sort of like sinister twist, the rain going up.
Yeah.
I fucking love the moment they land on the moon.
Okay.
And everyone looks outside. And it's a moment that like I very quickly did the exact thing I'm guilty of doing watching Doctor Who, which is taking something that is an absolutely fucking harrowing and terrifying experience.
Yeah.
And then being like, oh, big whoop, they're on the fucking moon, it's Doctor Who, like, get the TARDIS, they'll be fine. The Doctor will sonic the TARDIS to the hospital and they'll all get in or whatever the fuck.
That would be the most traumatizing shit ever.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, like, we're so, as an audience now, and I think that's why the show in this episode took the time to just kind of refocus that point. Like, we're getting everything from a human perspective this time around again. Because we're so used to fantastical concepts now. We know that, like, the Doctor has literally, like, squared up to the devil.
Yeah.
So when people on the moon, like I said, big whoop. And just that moment, like, a life-altering moment for everyone in that hospital, and they all just start screaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, God. And also, does a good point of then, like, Martha's not screaming. And you go, oh, she's different gravy, this one. Yeah.
It is quite interesting how they definitely chose to show the absolute fear and dread that would cause from everyone. It is just, like, say, a very human thing. Of course, that would be fucking terrifying just to suddenly be on the moon, to be able to see the Earth just hanging there in the sky. And, like, as far as you know, you're not coming back from this. Is this what life is now? Is this how you're gonna die? It'd be fucking horrific. So yeah, I definitely like all that stuff. That's all really good. And you're right, Martha is showing a bit of strength. She's rather than freaking out about everything, she's questioning it. She's like, oh, but the windows are still here. This hospital isn't airtight. It's not vacuum sealed. Like, we should already be dead if we're just on the moon. And then Tenny has the dramatic reveal. He pulls back the curtain. He's wearing the beautiful, crisp blue suit. That's right, it's suit talk, everyone. Strap in. Get ready for 50 minutes to talk about this suit. He has never looked better.
What I'll say is that in this episode, he is surrounded by a lot of white in quite a sterile environment, the hospital. It does wonders for his blue suit. The red shoes are my primary issue. I want to stress, the blue suit itself, I'm fine with.
I don't understand your issue with the shoes. It's a good combination.
No, I disagree.
Red and blue are two colours that work well together. Why do you think most of the flags of the world are red, white, and blue? Captain America, red, white, and blue. Spider-Man, red and blue.
Yeah, but I understand that. But the thing is, Nathan, what you've listed, you haven't listed a single thing that isn't a superhero costume or a flag of a nation. Like, it should not be a casual suit wear.
Peggy Carter. Blue suit, red hat.
Fuck off, whatever. We'll get to the shoes. There's a very nice shoe scene that we'll get to.
Yeah, we will.
In this. But yeah, so as for your drip discussion, this is the... I wrote that down. I really wanted to say it.
Drip discussion. Okay.
This is your favourite 10 look?
This is absolute. This is the superior 10 look. This is what he should be wearing all the time. Anytime he goes back to the brown suit, it's disgusting. It's grim. It's gross. I feel like there's a reason they chose to make his look in the 60th and the return. He's got a big blue coat now rather than a big brown coat because it looks better. But there we go.
You're being vindicated by the new 14 era. I want to say that we're talking about the 10th Doctor right now. They've numbered him, all right?
They are. But I just like it. I just think it's just such a sleek grey look. He just looks so much better in that blue suit, and for me, that's my superior version of 10's look.
Fine. Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you're happy. I've had a season of my superior 10 look, I guess. He does come to his senses by the end of the episode, thank God, wearing the brown suit again.
Yeah, I've got a no on that, trust me.
What I'll say with the dramatic reveal of 10.
Yes.
Right. He stopped being John Smith. He's like, hello, I'm here and I'm going to be in the episode from now on.
Yeah.
What I really like is he is both reverted but also grown in terms of his character. He is now willing to accept that human beings can be very smart and very impressive and worth his time, whilst also reverting back to the 9th Doctor when the poor woman says, but we can't be breathing, and he just goes so quick back at, well, obviously we are, so don't waste my time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, bit not nice.
Yeah.
And I get why he's reverted back a little bit, but he's also so willing to see that Martha has great potential to travel.
Straight away, Martha impresses him off the bat. Like before they've even properly met, he's quite impressed and intrigued with her. Because she's a great character. We haven't really talked about it. What are your thoughts on Martha as a character? Catherine is listening. Just keep that.
Yeah, I heard that thinly veiled threat, by the way. I like Martha. I think there's something really interesting and focused about her arc.
Yeah.
And there is an element of there's a part of me that recognizes her character is there to explore a part of the Doctor, that being kind of further validate his connection to Rose. But I also like that Martha is very much a character within her own right, who in a meta way exits the show and her traveling with the Doctor under the terms of, no, I'm more than this and I'm beyond it. And when she does return, you see every single time we see Martha from here on out, like she's developed better in a way. Like she just keeps taking levels and steps up. But like as a person, yeah, I know. I just think it's a really charming performance. She's already carried the first 15 minutes of this episode.
She's a great character. I absolutely love Martha. I think that in the Russell era companions, I feel like she's often forgot about or left at the bottom of the pile. I think, which I think is a massive disservice to her, because she is really good and really impressive. I think she's the most capable of the three by a long shot, really. And no disrespect to Rose or Donna either, because they're both great in their own respects as well. But she is just a really great, capable character. I mentioned this last week. I do think there is a bit of a disservice done to her in terms of some of the writing and some of the stuff that they choose to do, and we will obviously talk about that throughout the season.
That's what I don't know if I phrased it properly. That's what I was getting at a minute ago.
Yeah. Overall, though, I really do love Martha, and I'm excited to like go on this journey again with her and see where we go. There's some really good stuff. There's also some not great stuff. I think there's some missed opportunities, and there's some brushing over moments which should be significant and should be something.
Okay.
And I feel like, and we'll talk about it next week, there's definitely some don't be silly to Martha in terms of some stuff. So season 3 is probably my least watched season. Season 3 is a really good one. But yeah, we'll talk about the season as we go on, obviously. But
real quickly, I was like, this feels like a long time ago, this show, and like it is to a degree. I remember seeing, like, firstly, absolutely commendable and very much to be celebrated, the first woman of color companion in the entire show's history.
Yeah, absolutely.
Insane that it took as long as it did.
Truly fucking insane that it was 2007 before that happened. Yeah.
And I remember reading, and this, if this sounds like I'm beefing the Daily Mail, it's because I am.
Yeah.
They suck as a fucking like journalistic practice. Like, they are just terrible.
Do you know what's even more insane now that I think about it? The first woman of color companion, or the first companion of color in general, 2007, didn't happen again until 2017.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. That's fucking bizarre, mate.
I think it's very within keeping of this fucking horrible country, but yeah. But I remember, this was like back when like everyone still got the paper back in those days. I remember being young, seeing like either my mum or my dad had the newspaper. It was in the house, and seeing the headline that she had been cast ahead of the series.
Yeah,
and it says, like, I won't say what it said because it was fucking just a despicable headline, but it was something along the lines of like, the doctor goes, and then another word.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, really? Like, at the time, I was like, even, like, I remember it at the time being like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then obviously now looking back on it as an adult, I'm like, that's not weird, that's disgusting.
That's so fucking grim.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to bring it up because, like, even since leaving the show, she's come out and said, like, I was not prepared for the level of just despicableness that people can be.
Yeah, I definitely think that plays a part in a lot of people's thoughts on Martha, whether intentional or not. But it's definitely like, oh, why is this the only character you don't necessarily like as much as all the others? I wonder. Yeah, there's definitely some pretty.
There's plenty of shaky companion writing moments as well. Like, Martha doesn't have all of them.
Yeah.
So it's funny that they're so selective with what they choose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, negative Nelly ran over.
I am excited for more Martha throughout the season. Obviously, she does mention her cousin. She does give a shout out to Adiola, rest in peace, Queen. It's a bit of a coincidence that she's referencing her cousin, the death of her cousin, to the man who literally killed her. But you know. It is what it is.
Yeah, a bit of like the doctor says, like, I was there. He negates to mention I was there and I pulled the goo out of her ear.
I'm the reason she's dead. Yeah.
Fun fact, we're 40 minutes in and we haven't even mentioned the antagonist of the episode yet.
No, we haven't. It's a big one. It's a big one.
It will be a long one. There's plenty. This is such a rich episode.
It really is. But yeah, at that moment they are interrupted by the spaceships flying overhead, the big cylinders landing on the moon, and who do we get but the Jadoon platoon upon the moon?
One of us was going to say it, and you beat me to it.
I did say it. The rhinos are here. Love the Jadoon.
The Jadoon are phenomenal.
They're so dumb. Yeah. They're big fucking rhino cops. Yeah. But they're great, man. It's such a dumb Star Wars thing. Like, this is the kind of thing you'd see in like a cantina in a Star Wars planet, and it'd be like, there'd just be a big rhino with a mouth that doesn't quite work and doesn't quite close properly.
That's the charm, though. It is so good.
It is. It's the charm. And he'd be like, hey, Ezra, I've got a mission for you. Come here. It'd be great. Yeah, it's such a great design. It's so campy. It's so just dumb and over the top, but I love it. I love it so much. And like, the editing knows the design looks ridiculous as well. They're like, it's like the helmet reveal is like 3 different angles. 100%. And they have like, I mean, they make that design work to their advantage, because there's only one that takes off their helmet, and that's for a good reason. Because they're not doing all that for all the others. I like to picture the rest of the Jadoon having a really big empty space inside their helmet. Of like, or whatever, like, because let's be honest, they were probably like glued on as well. Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, very, very fun. Really, really, really like the design. I've put here, this is what I love the most about them, is it's just way ahead of its time. It is just a really bog standard observation of police work.
Yeah.
Which is basically, and I wrote this down, extraditing somewhere to some place that you have jurisdiction, and then a complete misuse and mishandling of your power.
Yeah.
Which is like
100%.
Great. It's such a clear-cut commentary. But yeah, brilliant.
Great language as well. Great. I love a big made-up alien language. Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever. But like, how many words can you get? There's only so many like fucking consonants and vowels. But like
that, once they get like what I also, maybe that's another, like, just thinking about it now, maybe that is just another thing. Like, they have a limited vocabulary.
Like, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
They know like a few words. Oh, what do they say? They say oh no, their language is they assimilated the human language.
They translate, yeah. They were like they scanned that nerd and they were like, fucking language assimilated designation Earth, and I'm like, you know that you took them from there. You did. Yeah, that's a good point. I will say that little nerd was quite brave though.
Love that
like,
little nerd.
Everyone was like, oh, there's fucking rhinos there. What the fuck's going on? Quite rightly so as well. And he was like, okay, I guess I'm representing everyone then. Hello, we come in peace, we mean you no harm. How can we help? And yeah, like,
I get slammed into the wall no less than 3 times.
Yeah. And then even then when they're scanning everyone, he's just like, everyone stay calm, and they're not gonna hurt you, like just relax and it'll all be over. Like,
he's the mediator.
Yeah, good guy, I reckon.
I'd saving this for the end, but I'll say it now. In another life, he's in a world where Martha took that day off sick, he's the companion.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't know.
I think he's got it within him.
Maybe he does come back in Turn Left very briefly.
Yeah, and isn't he like, we were unequivocally fucked or something like that?
He's just like, Martha died because the doctor wasn't here because he died earlier.
Yeah, I love when we touch in with all those characters in Turn Left. It's just a series of people being like, it's a shame that there wasn't someone here that could have stopped this.
Yeah, it is great. What we got here? This old woman, right? We got this little old woman.
Love her.
She's running around. She's eating salad, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking suck your blood like a vampire through my little silly straw." Okay, she's fucking terrifying, man.
Yeah,
she's so good and so like campy and over the top and very villainous and very like, wah.
She like, I can't describe it in any other way other than she fits so perfectly, like a glove, into an RTD villain.
Yes, she does. Yeah, she really does.
She just lands in there. But like, it's the little things. It's the what I appreciate about the Anthony Head in School Reunion. It like the weird delivery of lines. Like, she pulls out the straw and she's like, "I've got my little straw." Yeah, and it's like, oh, I've got a note that says, "Just when you think you have a grasp on the episode," that being space police rhinos. Yeah. Then a woman comes in and she's like, "I'm a thirsty woman." It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, it
is the busiest alien hospital in the world.
It's insane. There's so much going on at once. Yeah, she's quite I don't know if scary, sorry, but she is a bit scary. She is a bit scary and intimidating, and it's it's good. So 10 gets blasted with some radiation. How does that happen? What happens there?
10 gets that's well far down the line, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, you've skipped most of the episode, I'm sure.
No, it's not, because he takes his shoes off.
When does 10 get blasted?
When he takes his shoes off, because the Slav is chasing them.
Oh, maybe I made more notes than you, but I got hella stuff before that.
All right, what you got?
All right, so, they're not great, okay. but they exist. I'll quick fire them. I don't want to move on from the Jadoon until we've discussed the little skirts that they have.
Okay.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, sure.
I think they're a good part.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I can definitely speak to another replica toy that I was sold back in the day, that being the Jadoon Cataloger.
No, not me.
You never had a Jadoon cataloguer?
No, I never had any Doctor Who toys, to be honest.
Did you not have any of the handheld stuffs?
No, I had nothing. The only other Doctor Who toys I've had are the 3 on the shelf behind me right now.
Oh, no, Nathan.
Yeah, no, that's not true. I had because I used to collect the Battles in Time trading cards, and I got a massive pan on the shelf behind me. But I used to collect them in the magazines, and there was like a TARDIS you got with that to like store them in.
You had the TARDIS
I had the TARDIS thing, which you stored the cards in.
Yeah.
Wish I still had that. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I had that. And then
that was highly sought after. That was that separated you from a casual collector.
It really did. And then before I went off to university, like 10 years ago now, in 2013, I bought a TARDIS cookie jar, a ceramic TARDIS cookie jar,
right.
Which I still had up until a few years ago, and a TARDIS, not a teapot, like a mug, a TARDIS mug, but it was like a square mug, so it was very weird.
I always say, oh, I'd love a mug like that, and then they're the mugs you never use because they're so impractical to drink
It's so impractical. You have to like have it you have to drink it from a corner, and it's just stirring it. It's not very pleasant.
And there's the little cusp bit that leaks over, so then it still doesn't pour out like a funnel or anything.
Yeah, it's definitely much a collectible more than an actual use sort of thing. Didn't stop me from drinking tea of it, but there we go.
All right. I'll quickly just get through the rest of this. Martha and the Doctor are hiding behind a paper-thin decorative fern. Okay. And I just put that down. I just think that's really funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did the patient just get a vase in the hospital corridor to smash over the Jadoon's head? And also, what was the expected outcome? There's like 80 of them behind him.
I think the idea was that this patient was not necessarily all present.
I see.
Yeah, because there was it just seemed to me like they wasn't necessarily sound of mind 100% anyway. So
okay, fair enough. Oh,
yeah,
because he got vaporized to fuck.
You should feel bad.
And then literally just before the moment where Martha goes to find the slab or discovers that the old lady is there.
Is it a slab or a slav?
Slab. I remember from my Doctor Who trading card.
Okay, all right, fair enough. No need to go to their tape this week.
No, yeah. I think we are treated to, we said New Earth was the best David Tennant's hair has looked.
Yes.
I would like to update that. Because there is a scene where the Doctor is like surfing the net on the computer database of the hospital.
Yeah, getting very frustrated.
Getting very frustrated. And that obviously comes across in him running his hands through his hair relentlessly. Yeah. And it just, wherever he puts it, it just stays there.
Yeah, it looks good. Helps that it's paired with a beautiful blue suit as well. So
I will say it's a good combo in that. Yeah.
There you go. He's looking his best.
He does look good, it must be said. And then, Martha, now we're at your thing. Martha goes, finds the woman. The woman's like, kill her. And the slab chases her back into the room.
Yeah, to be fair, that was quite a lot I missed out.
Yeah, it was a fair bit. Yeah.
I was eating my dinner. I wasn't making notes every second.
I've got so many notes on this. It's ridiculous.
Yes. So the slab chases them, and then they do that funny thing. Always makes me laugh when you ever gone for an X-ray? You ever had an X-ray?
Not in like that capacity, no.
No, well, I've never had an X-ray that can kill you, but like,
no.
It is funny when like you go for an X-ray and the nurse or the doctor or whatever is like, it's totally harmless, don't worry. Then they just get behind the biggest fucking protective glass shield ever, or they just shoot radiation at you.
Yeah, like, it's totally harmless. You could live in there if you like. And then they go and get in their fucking nuclear bomb shelter. Like.
Yeah. Very fun stuff. But yeah, the Doctor gets blasted with radiation. Good bit of fun where he's like expelling it out through his foot. Good bit of Tennant physical comedy, which David Tennant always does quite well. And then he gets his dogs out for free. Yeah. David. A close-up on the dogs.
Did you pause?
Well, let's not discuss that.
Hairy toes, I made a note of.
Well, he's a beautiful Scottish man.
He is. He's got. To be fair, we see him when we see his other Doctor get born naked into the TARDIS.
Yeah, yes.
He's a hairy bloke.
Yeah.
It's got to be said. Nice passing of the torch moment. Martha gets her own handhold and the Doctor shouts run, which I've never picked up on before today.
What do you mean?
This is when the slab comes running out.
Yeah.
And Martha's like, I found her, and the Doctor's like, what? And the slab comes charging out. The Doctor grabs her hand and goes, run!
Yeah.
And then they go. Just a nice, I've never noticed it before, nice little, I don't know if it's like, I think it's probably just like a little fun reference for the show. Like, you're the companion now, off we go.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because of the...
Because that was his move, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, he did it that one. I don't know if it was his move. Because
that was Nine's game dropper.
One time. But,
that was Nine's Riz.
Yeah. Okay. What else we got here? He's barefoot on the moon. Here's something. His Sonic gets destroyed or whatever. He has no Sonic to operate stuff. It gets fucked up. And then they're getting chased by. There's the moment where Martha's like, I'm not even convinced you're an alien. Fuck you. You're definitely human. And then they round the corner and just immediately scanned, not human, which is just so good. Good.
I wrote it down. It is the best 1-2 punch of the entire show this far.
It's so good. And then just the reaction from Martha, like, holy shit, you meant it. What the fuck?
And it's like such a back and forth, and Martha goes like, oh my god, and then it's dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Yeah, and then during that during the chase, they run up the stairs, they go into like an office, a room or whatever, and there's an action shot of what usually would be 10 slamming the door, pulling out the Sonic and locking the door, but there's just an action shot of him just turning the lock on the door. Yeah. And it was so funny. Like there was even like an action zoom cut, like a fucking smash,
like a proper
zoom.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, literally like a proper smash zoom on him just turning the lock on the door, which is so funny.
I think at this point, I genuinely do think like it's a bit meta. Like they're just making some gags.
I think that's 100% intentional. Yeah.
Something that our listeners will know is that I've had many a beef through the sonic screwdriver.
Yes.
And so something that I wrote down, and I think this will be fun. I'll keep a track of this as we go along. My beef with this sonic screwdriver is now over because this sonic screwdriver is dead. Right?
Okay.
It gets thrown at the wall, and it's been responsible for so many plot conveniences, but now it's been written off. I can only hope that the next sonic screwdriver won't be so frivolous in its use.
It is the same sonic screwdriver, though.
It doesn't repair it.
No, but it is because there's a very... Again, I don't want to jump ahead, but there is like a very significant moment in an episode down the line where there is a very clear point that the whole point of the scene is that the Sonic is always the same, but it's just a different casing, and that it's...
Oh, in that case, then, beef reignited.
Okay.
Fuck the sonic screwdriver.
It's the
he
same
throws it at a wall.
Yeah, it's the same... No, it's the same software, but like... And like he'll just download the software and put it in like a new thing or whatever.
In like a new casing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because I've been doing that calculation for thousands of years. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
The beef is back on, everyone.
The beef, yeah, fuck that sonic screwdriver. The Doctor, I have never seen the Doctor swerve a question harder than Martha asking about who his partner was.
What's this now? Where was this?
Martha was saying, like, there's loads of Jadoon. Where's your backup? You're an alien. Don't you have any partner? Like, where's your team?
Yeah. And
the Doctor's like, you ask a lot of personal questions and shut up before I cry.
Yeah, that's very much the 10th Doctor at this point. I've got a note here that just says the compassion of Martha. I don't know what this is necessarily referring to. I guess she was just looking out for other people, I guess. Just helping people as they walked past or whatever.
I guess, yeah. I think there's a lot of... Like, instantly my mind just went to when they've just landed on the moon and the old lady comes out, and it is the plasmavore, we find out later, and she's like, could you help me? And Martha's like, fuck off.
It's a little different. I think the situation there is brand new and
get out my fucking face.
And she's not that aggressive.
Yeah. Look, it's the plasmavore. I can forget it. Like if Martha could have twatted her and I'd have been fine with it.
She doesn't know that. Kissy, big kisses between the Doctor and Martha. But
not a fan of this.
It's not romantic. It's purely practical.
Was a genetic transfer.
Yes.
As he
the
says.
Doctor with that genetic transfer, please.
When you've got a genetic transfer over them.
It seems
when Martha says something Jadoon-phobic and the Doctor hits her with the genetic
Stop dating this episode to your weird 13-year-old memes. He's such a fucking Reddit incel, you are. Oh my god.
Where are you at with the kiss?
Oh, I don't love it. I don't like it. I'm not a Martha Doctor shipper, really, because I think Martha can do a lot better, frankly, and she deserves a lot better. I think this is probably the catalyst event that sets up just a lot of, shall we say, just bad writing over the season, really.
Yeah. Very reductive writing.
Yeah, and unnecessary stuff.
I don't like how the camera takes its slow-mo moment on such a lustful thing as well. Like the Doctor runs and Martha's like, I'll describe it to you, but the listeners won't be able to see this. But you know when the camera it pans in on her and she's like,
it's just a big her breath was literally taken away, like a big I know what you mean.
Well acted, but my God, well don't oversell this.
Yeah, it's just of that era where there was Doctor Who is a sexy romantic show and he always has to kiss the companion. They always have to have, and it's such a detriment to the show because I feel like for 10 in Rose and even 9 in Rose it worked well because they did have that kind of will they won't they grow in romance relationship between them, but that's not the relationship that Martha and Ten have. That's not the relationship Donna and Ten have. Yeah, they have a kiss. That one's very funny though. It's not the relationship that Amy and the Doctor end up having, but they still had to have these on-screen kisses, and some of them are very uncomfortable.
Scene in Doctor Who.
So the Amy and Doctor kisses, I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
it's very bad. It's just part of the era, I guess, and thankfully it did drop off and it stopped happening. But yeah, it's a shame that it's just something we have to deal with during this era because I don't know. They do make fun of it now and then though. There is there's the funny line in the 50th anniversary where Ten's kissing Queen Elizabeth, and then John Hurt Doctor's like, does this always happen? And then I was like, yeah, it does start to happen quite a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, it just kind of starts, doesn't it? Yeah.
Even Rory gets a kiss at one point, I think.
Oh, that's nice though, I'd imagine.
Yeah, was for me. Good Rory.
Nice little Rory kiss.
Good old Rory.
Can't wait till we get to Rory. So much to say about Rory.
Love Rory.
Yeah.
Yes. So a kiss. Anyway, don't do it.
Yes. Yeah. Not a great moment. A low point in an otherwise stellar episode. Anyway, the Doctor he realizes what he has to do, but he needs a bit of time. That's the point of the genetic transfer Riz.
He needs to slow down the Jadoon with a little bit of a scan.
And the way he chooses to slow down the Jadoon is to just give them something other than scanning to do. Yeah. He's like, if I kiss Martha, it will confuse their scanners, and they'll get so hung up on doing one aspect of their job, they'll all get confused.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, can someone else scan this? Because I don't understand. And then they all get their scanners out, and they're like, human? No, not human. It's just...
Not only his grand plan is to do the genetic transfer so that the Jadoon, not only will they have to scan Martha, but they'll have to scan her again.
It's just such a thinly veiled the police suck, isn't it?
It really is.
I do like that. Just very openly, transparently, the police can be very dumb.
Ten says a cab.
Yeah.
The Doctor is he's very good at playing an idiot.
I love this scene.
Yeah, it's really good. And speaking of it, director Charles Palmer obviously saw something good because like we get a bit of this later on from him as well. So, but like also shows Tennant's range. Like he's deliberately playing a bumbling idiot man. Yeah.
But then like when we'll get to it later on, but like the next human, we see him fully believing he is like far from a bumbling buffoon. Yeah. Actually more kind of like an emotionally connected, kind of thoughtful, soulful bloke.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, no, I just love that. Like, it's so obviously a play, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, something's happening now." Like, big Rhino boy said, setting 2, and it's like, it's such fucking pure waffle.
The way he just bluffs her and is like, and just gets her to drink his blood. It's so well done. It's really clever. Really, quite masterfully played. Really. And
yeah, he literally had one card and went in there like, hope this works.
Yeah, and just he sold it really well.
We then obviously his gambit works.
Yes,
she's like, I'm as human as they come, still keeping up with the weird atmosphere. Like she's forgotten that she's supposed to be playing a weird frail old lady.
Yes.
Not that the Jadoon give a fuck anyway.
No, they couldn't care less. Just before all this happens, though, there is a great line from that old woman who just fucking nails and sums the Doctor up to a T when she says, "Oh, funny man laughing on purpose at the darkness." I'm like, oh yeah, you got it. you nailed him pretty much there. That's what it is.
Yeah, and at the end of the Doctor like. I'd imagine he's like, haha, got that woman. She goes, nothing on me. She doesn't know the first thing about what I did.
Yeah. Anyway, let me go be alone and sad because I lost my girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we find out that the Plasmavor's crime was, I wrote this down, murdering the child princess Patroval Regency 9.
I don't know what any of that means, but sure.
Nor does Russell T Davies. They're words.
It's all just science words, isn't it? Just vague sci-fi words.
Reverse the neutron polarity flow of the fucky-dee-doo-dah.
Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
I put a note that says, the slab takes possibly the most historic L that the world has ever seen.
He does, yeah.
She's like, help me, and the slab comes out and he's like, oh, you bloody stop this. And he just gets literally obliterated into pieces.
Something we haven't really talked about is those slabs are just all leather, like all the way through. There's no like body in them. It's just walking leather, essentially.
I appreciate the concept.
Yeah.
But no, they're not.
Well, no, obviously they're not.
But like, why, if they're all leather, why would that leather have been designed in a leather jacket for?
Why is a rhino on the moon, Lawrence?
I know, and this is what I'm saying. It's just, very funny. Basically, they went, we spent a lot of it on that big rubber rhino head, and Russell's like, motorcycles are us's down the road.
We still got Chris's jacket in the back?
Yeah. Yeah. We've probably got some excess material we can use there, yeah. Those costumes are preserved, aren't they? And they kept. I know you were joking, but like as a genuine point of intrigue, like they're somewhere.
They definitely will be.
Yeah.
They were. There was all on display in the Doctor Who Experience when that was on, and I'm sure they'll be archived somewhere now. But yeah,
I'll never see him. I know that experience doesn't exist anymore, but I wouldn't have been stepping foot in Cardiff either way.
Great.
It's a little joke.
Cardiff's a very nice place. It's a very nice place.
Just a flavoursome joke.
I love Cardiff. Martha saves him, really. He'd be dead without her. So
yeah.
So great.
No, I really, really like that. And I like that.
I feel like that's kind of like a staple of a companion introduction. You kind of need like a moment for them to earn their place on the TARDIS. And David really tries to make Martha earn her place. Like he puts her through the fucking ringer, to make her earn it again and again and again. And we'll talk about it. Don't like it, but hey.
Guess like 5 episodes in, and Martha's like, "Can I just? Like, I'm here, right? Like, I've done it most of this, right?"
Yeah. But what was I saying? But no, she saved the day. She saved his life. So yeah, good stuff, really.
Yeah, I like it, and I think that like,
and then the Doctor saves the day by just unplugging the machine. There's like a big sequence where he's like dragging his very tired, like exhausted body. He's got hardly any blood flowing through him, and then there's a big machine. He's like, oh fuck, I don't have a Sonic. What am I gonna do? I just need to unplug it.
I'll just pull out the plug. Yeah,
I'll just unplug this, and there we go.
But again, a very nice human thing to have happened. Like this episode does dial it all back a bit.
I mean, kind of. There is a big dramatic swell as he unplugs it, and it is sort of this big epic moment. But
my final button on the Jadoon being a very thinly veiled insult to the police.
You're going all in on this.
I am, but I also think like there is something to be said about it at the end.
Right.
It didn't go. It wasn't missed on me that the ending, they are completely at the mercy of the dumb rhinos reversing the moon thing.
Yeah, and it's not given as well.
Yeah. Like you're led to believe like they might not, and it won't matter to them either way.
Yeah.
And it's just like I think it's just the last. It's all been fun and games up until this point, and the last haunting moment is like that. Unfortunately, they're the only option we have.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like that last little point of being like it was a laugh, but your life could hang in the balance one day, and if this is the best we've got, then we're fucked, kind of thing.
It's true.
Or like one bad day and we could easily be fucked is probably more accurate.
Yeah, it was very much from the Jadoon's point of view, it's very much well, our job's done. Doesn't really matter to us if this hospital is blowing up now. See you later. We're out of here, bitches. And then like Ten is like, come on, Jadoon, please do it. And then.
And the Doctor's begging.
Yeah. And they don't hear him. It's not like they went, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do it. It's just pure coincidence that it did happen. Just pure coincidence that one of them remembered to flick the switch and send the Earth back or whatever.
Yeah. They were in the ship and they went, oh, bofo, fuck. Better do that.
Yeah. So there we go. So the back to Earth. Quick, Nathan nitpicks a thing. I've been to this hospital. It was like around the corner from where we lived in London.
Really? What hospital was it?
Yeah, it's the one on the one on Westminster Bridge, just next to Westminster Bridge.
Is that St Thomas's?
Yeah, guys in St Thomas's.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have been there loads of times. It's not the same hospital. Like the building they show on the moon does not match up to the actual hospital building.
If anyone here is a listener of our other podcast, which I assume there's some crossover there. Nathan fucking hates it when anything in the London skyline is off by even a millimetre. He will notice.
It's not that. Okay, no, it is that I hate it, but it's just like just use the building. It exists.
It may not be that simple now.
I know. I get it. It's all kinds of practical reasons.
You're in the meeting room and you're like a bunch of BBC execs in Russell, and you're like, "What if we?" And like, hear me out. Used the thing, and they're like, cheers, we never thought about this. This is an earth-shattering idea that you've given us.
Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah, so we get it's in the background, we get our first Mr. Saxon reference from the little nerd.
Yep, it's on the radio. He's like, Mr. Saxon, everything Mr. Saxon's been saying is true. There is life out there, I guess. So the Master's just on the radio like, yeah, aliens are real. That's fucking wild, isn't it?
Yeah, he's on the Joe Rogan podcast and he's smoking a massive joint.
He's like, so aliens are real. I heard that. Yeah. I heard that. Yeah. No, I heard about that. Yeah.
What's that guy's name? Was it Jason or No, it's Jamie. Hey, Jamie, pull up the Mr. Saxon alien thing.
Yeah, no, I heard that. I heard that's true.
Yeah. Aliens. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nice. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. No, I heard that.
What a meat fucking head that guy. But yeah, no, I never really connected this dots now. But like I said, I haven't rewatched season 3 in a very long while.
Yeah.
And like now looking back at it, and like I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I always just thought like, oh, they mentioned Mr. Saxon and that's the thing that they did. But like, yeah, it's Mr. Saxon. And this proves him right, just what he's been saying all along. So he's already planting the Toclophane seeds for the finale of this.
Yeah.
The epic finale trilogy. Which...
the epic, kind of. Yeah. And then we'll jump ahead just slightly, but when the Doctor and Martha are in that alleyway, there is various Vote Saxon posters just over the walls as well. So the seeds are being sown.
Yep. This season's Bad Wolf. So
indeed, yeah.
We'll be looking out for them as we go along. We get... so I've put this note here that says, the Doctor returns in his much better suit, but as one greater fashion good arises, another evil must emerge to balance the scales, and that would be Martha's flared jeans.
Nah, come on, man. It's a great look. It's a look of the era.
It is an era-appropriate set of jeans.
She looks good. It's a sensible outfit for a night out, I reckon.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
She's going out for a night out. She's going to the pub. She's going to her brother's party. It's stylish. It's of the time, but it's still, enough to keep her legs warm and stuff. And she looks good.
They were really lasered in on burgundy on top for Martha, weren't they?
They were, yeah. It's
from
colour.
day dot.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very good stuff. We get we've already done it once before with Rose, but we get another TARDIS introduction.
I never get tired of these. I love them every single time. It's a staple of the show whenever we get a new companion or someone introduced to the TARDIS for the first time. I love it all. I love the fanfare. I love the look of shock on the face, the run out of the TARDIS, the run around the box, the run back in, it's bigger on the inside, and
which
10,
he apes. Yeah.
10 miming along, all good stuff. I love it so much. I will never get tired of it.
I will say, what a beautiful console paired with the lovely music. What a great looking spaceship.
I feel like
it looks like a spaceship and not like just a silver space.
Okay, yeah. See, I thought you was provoking me intentionally. I feel like you're poking the bear a little bit.
No, right. Jokes aside, it looks good when they film it from a weird angle and like the lights are a bit there.
It looks good if they don't show you the console. The console
so the main body of the TARDIS.
It like if we can see the column coming down from the console, or if we can see it from a distance, that's fine. But anytime the camera gets close enough for me to see what's going on in those little fucking rivets, it's just a mess of scrap, mate. Nothing's connected. It's all just, you can just pull like a fucking crowbar out of there. Mate, it's all just junk.
That's how he likes it.
No, it's nothing. I don't like it. I hate it.
I thought about this the other day, right? And I wondered like what your opinions of it are, because we mostly always, I know 11 and 12 share certain components.
Yes.
But I realised for number 10, we don't ever get anything new for 10.
Me and Catherine talked about this a little bit.
Have we talked about this?
No, you haven't. Me and Catherine talked about it last week.
Oh, maybe that is exactly the point that I'm remembering, and I'm like, we should talk about that. Yeah,
yeah. Me and Catherine spoke about this, and I actually was meaning to bring it up here again because there's the moment where he shows off. Oh, I've got a new sonic screwdriver, but it's the exact same. It's such a missed opportunity. I think like you could have just gone for a redesign there. Give 10 his own screwdriver. No
flair whatsoever. Like,
yeah,
don't add your own spin on it.
Literally just the exact same, which I think is massively a missed opportunity. It is a shame that 10 just inherited everything. Basically, he never really had anything of his own.
That is like, to be fair, there is a degree of 10's character that is very lazy. Don't challenge a good thing. I'm complacent with this stuff.
Yeah, I think it's more just lazy.
I mean, look, he was alive for about 6 years, right? He had other shit to do. Anyway, Martha comes along. The Doctor gives her a trip to say thank you, but he is, to the point of being rude, extremely arrogant about this. Like,
he's so aggressive, mate. He's like, just one trip. You get one trip.
Martha's like, I don't even know you,
what
dude.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, It's straight up. I've got a note here that say in quotation marks, "You're not Rose," and then I just say, "Grow up, Doctor." Just like,
oh, that's funny. I've got a note that says 10 seems extremely emotionally well adjusted in this scene.
yeah, he seems to be dealing with his emotions in a normal and healthy way.
I know when I have a bad day, I go out and scream at the first person that's nice to me.
Yes, I do too. Yeah, like we said. I think this is the biggest. What I don't like the most about Series 3 and a lot of the writing involving Martha and her relationship with the Doctor is that so much of it is just the Doctor being like, "You're not Rose. I miss Rose. Rose was perfect. Rose was great. Rose was everything." And there's quite a lot of times in this series where Martha is like, "Oh, fucking good old Rose." And like, understandably, she would be like,
she's never heard anything else about fucking Rose. Yeah,
all the time she's just been compared to this fucking god complex of a woman that is infallible to the Doctor, and it's
that level of writing as well. Like it feeds into what like fans are doing. Martha is naturally in a position to be compared to the character of Rose.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
we don't need to re-emphasize that in 10 doing it in the show.
Yeah,
like just a very old, tired concept, but such is the time, unfortunately.
Martha's a great character in her own right. She doesn't need to be constantly compared and to Rose and constantly criticized for not being what Rose was as well, because she doesn't need to be what Rose was. In a lot of respects, she's better. Again, no disrespect to Rose, because she's a great companion as well, but they have different qualities and different strengths. Yeah. And that's okay. Like, that's perfectly fine.
It's almost as if they're different people.
It is a baffling concept.
Yeah.
What?
Insane.
Truly, truly bizarre.
I don't understand how they can't, they can understand that each incarnation of the Doctor is a different person while still being the same person, but they can't understand that two other people shouldn't be compared.
It doesn't make any sense to me, Lawrence.
Very strange. I have my last final note, and this leads off into my excitement for Series 3 is simply, in all caps, "Let's go."
Yes.
Just because I genuinely, I thought about this after the episode wrapped up, and I had that moment, as I often do have, but this time it was very strong, of watching the Next Time trailer and being like, I'd love to just crack on now. I'd love to watch this.
I was usually I often say that I always want to just go, "Oh, let's go to the next one," and I think I did have that until I saw the Next Time trailer, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's that one. No, I'm okay. I can wait."
Oh really? Do you not? I don't remember it this much, but
we have a lot to discuss next week. Shall we say? There's just a lot to discuss. So join us next week. When we talk about the Shakespeare Code, I believe it is.
Yeah.
But for now, we have some weirdos to discuss.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
Yes, everyone, this is our favourite segment of the show where we get a chance to take a look back on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screen each and every week. Lawrence, I will ask you, who is your weirdo that you're choosing to look back on?
Martha's dad, Clive, is my weirdo of the week this week.
All right, and why is that, Lawrence?
It is because he is a completely plausible character. As we've said earlier, a very relatable figure, a man divorced, trying to kind of...
having a bit of a midlife crisis, I reckon.
Absolutely, and intertwining his new life with his old life, which is a messy thing to do under the best of circumstances, which he clearly isn't even having. He's having some bad circumstances by the looks of it. And I'm just... I don't know if it endeared me to him, made me relate to him, or just... kind of amused me, but I like the act of a man physically putting his foot down when he says he's putting his foot down. So good. I like the fact that he went, "I'm putting my foot down," and then the camera just panned to an awkward wide shot and he just kind of did a little stomp.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was like, I think it quite literally fits Weirdo of the Week perfectly because it was just a bit odd.
It is a bit odd, yeah. Bit of fun, but yeah, definitely a bit odd. Okay, so wonderful stuff, Lawrence. Thank you. My weirdo for this week is the Doctor himself.
Okay, a rare one.
A rare occurrence, but it does happen.
Yeah.
And it is the Doctor himself for the absolute baffling choice to be wearing a beautiful blue suit and then feel the need to change.
Oh, I should have seen this coming. You said it as well.
Into that ugly, disgusting brown pinstripe suit.
You talk about me poking the bear this episode. Fuck you.
It's a weird choice to me, Lawrence. He looked so good, and then he chose for some reason. And he's such a downgrade because we had the bright blue, the colours, they were popping. It looked great. He's got his burgundy shoes on. Everything about it looks great. And then he just comes out of the TARDIS, and he's just a mess of beige and brown and just dull and colourless and boring and ugh.
He looks nice.
He doesn't. He looks like poo. He looks like big brown poo. I don't like it.
Grow up, Nathan. You're being infantile and juvenile with your toilet humour.
The blue suit is the superior, and I won't hear any different. But there we go. That's my weirdo. Those are our weirdos, and that was the episode for this week. Lawrence, please do me the favour of wrapping this up, because last week I proved that it is not my forte.
Yeah, I feel like often I get slighted for like sometimes being a bit messy with this, but my God, you last week was...
Yeah, I panicked.
You did. It was a poor show, but luckily I'm here. I'm back.
Yeah.
Once again, go and follow my fantastic replacement co-host last week, Catherine.
She might be coming back. We might be getting her back at some point as well to join us this season, or just at some point in the future as well.
Yeah, perfect. Happy to have her. She was a great addition.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, obviously go and follow Catherine, the wonderful co-host that kind of picked up where I could not be last week. Great addition. We are going to have her back on for some future episodes. Don't know concretely what they're going to be, but yeah, go follow her. She's the co-host of... Oh, sorry.
I do.
Oh, damn, Nathan. Well, he's going to keep it to himself.
Yeah, I will.
Surprise for you.
That's
we don't
my
put the
little
featured
secret.
in on the episode titles in this, so...
No. I mean, no disrespect to Catherine, but that's only because she's not famous. And we only really do that with like James and Ben when we like want to get extra clicks.
It's
like,
true, yeah. It's handy to have their names in titles sometimes.
Catherine does have the potential to be extremely famous though, so maybe we should start putting her in there.
Yeah, that's true. She already did a better job than me last week, so that's...
I was a little bit sad this week. I was like, oh, Lawrence is back.
Oh, here we go. The old guard has returned for one last ride, has he?
Yeah.
One last croak before he gives in.
He is on thin ice. He knows he could be replaced at any moment.
I do now. There's been a tried and true replacement. Go and she's the co-host of a podcast, a Vampire Diaries centric rewatch podcast. Very much in the vein of what we do here, but just for a show that is very, very strange.
Very much so. What I really enjoy about that podcast is they have a segment where they're like tracking. They have a segment called Stats where they're just tracking like who killed who and who's dating who, all this sort of stuff. And if you go on their Instagram, they have like a proper like the actual stats. You can like see them. They visualize it in like a kind of like sort of like mind map like chart thing, and it's just fun to see how like each week it just gets more and more just insane, and everything's crossing over each other and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, that's a lot
there
of
has
fun.
never lived a more kind of like incestuous in the cast show than that show in terms of deaths and dating.
I feel like that's just like a staple of like CW, but like just teen dramas in general though. That like
it is, but this is like next level. Like I won't tell you any characters in case you're going along with the show or the pod, but like there's an instance where like someone kills someone's mum, and then in the next season they're like, I could see a romantic future with that person. Like, they killed your literal mum.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And if you have enjoyed listening to this, new episodes of this come out every single Monday at 10 a.m. You can follow us on Threads, on Twitter, on Instagram at StillGotLegsPod. New
We don't
episodes
post on Instagram.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we just have it for the Threads thing.
We made it purely for the Threads. Honestly, we're hardly posting on Threads at the moment either. But hey.
Yeah, hey ho.
Still,
we're doing it online with Twitter stuff. Like,
yeah,
but you only need to be in one of those places, really.
Just follow us, all right?
Yeah, and that's where you'll see.
I keep forgetting. I am very sorry. There's 2 weeks in a row now. I forgot to ask on Twitter and whatever, like, what people thought about the episode. I need to set a reminder to do that. I'm very sorry, everyone. I will do that for next week. If you have any thoughts about this episode, let us know. But yeah, I'll do that for next week.
Absolutely.
My bad.
This also is. I was about to just revert to like, this is also a new show. So share it with your mates anyway. It's not new. We've been here.
We're on series 3 now, Lawrence. We're on series 3 of this podcast. So
we done been in the business for a minute.
Exactly.
So yeah, share it with your Whovian mates. Get a good little Doctor Who discussion going on, and join us in the rewatch as well, because we're all having a good time. And it has never been a better time to be a Doctor Who fan. They are pumping out fucking new stuff almost daily on their Twitter.
So much promo and content dropping at the moment. The time of recording, there was a trailer for a sonic screwdriver that dropped an hour ago or so, which is bizarre.
my new mortal enemy. I saw it like, you know, when boxers get their promo before the fight. That's how I watched it. I was in my locker room like, oh, I'm gonna get that sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, it's insane. It's bizarre stuff. Yeah, very exciting time to be a Doctor Who fan. Have we talked about our other silly little podcast?
No, and that is called Another Happy Pod. Every episode comes out on Friday at 10 a.m. Not every episode. It'd be insane if we dropped them all on Friday at 10 a.m.
That would be ridiculous, yeah.
Here's an entire podcast run on one day.
No, thankfully it's just one episode every Friday, most Fridays. At 10 a.m. That's our pop culture podcast where we talk about movies, TV shows. We've got some video game episodes coming up. Lawrence, you better get playing those games.
I do.
You got some games to play.
Yeah.
Fun topics coming up. We've got Barbie this week. We've got what else have we got coming up? Oh, what have we done recently? We did Bullet Train, we've done Blade Runner, we've done
The Flash.
Dollars to that. No, you can. It's fun.
I'm just mentioning it came out on digital. I'm sure there'll be something. Yeah. There'll be an uptick there of new people watching that fucking terrible movie.
Watch the Flash. Pirate the Flash.
Yeah.
Don't go see it. Watch it for free. Support the actors and writers on strike. Support me.
Oh, jinx, you owe me a soda. And most importantly, stay groovy and give all of your mums a kiss from me and Nathan.
That's how we do it here. Goodbye, folks.